Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Infinite Possibility Wrestling's Red Brand Explosion. And we haven't had an explosion in a long time. We've had two back-to-back downfalls by now. Explosion is back, the grudges are higher, and we are ready to put on a show that is worth a fire. You know what I find convenient? The two people who were in the first main event, Mr. Puzzles and Makoto Yuki, are in completely separate matches on the same damn episode. But here, out first to start off the show, of one of our two matches for the night. Downfall's putting on 3 show classics on episodes, but we can follow, even though I'm the commentator for the same thing, while also at the same time making shorter and more longer matches and own 2 match experiences, because that's how Explosion goes. As Makoto Yuki, stoic as always, but determined to get his first victory. He was cost a victory against Mr. Puzzles by an accidental distraction from Teddie. We see the continuation of the Puzzles investigation team saga later on in the main event, but right now Yuki is focused on his first victory. And it's gonna be a tough one still to pull off, because it's against somebody who's been dominant so far in tag team competition, representing the team that will be representing Explosion in the Undisputed Tag Team Championship matchup at Crossover. But it's the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates himself, Monkey D. Luffy. Zoro is somewhere else currently training, and Luffy is looking to get more momentum, as this is the first time we see a Straw Hat Pirate member in singles competition. One of the two currently signed at least. More of them could always show up, but right now it's Luffy and Zoro, and Luffy competing in singles action for the first time ever, looking to get a victory over somebody who's definitely more higher on the card than him. I mean, Yuki's main evented before, Luffy's main event in tag team action before, so this is going to be good. And here we go, Yuki rushing in immediately as soon as the bell rung. And this action is immediately starting off. Yuki's got the arm, targeting it, trying to set up, maybe it will help him set up for his big finishing and signature maneuvers. But hold on, Luffy brings the arm around, slams Yuki's arm into the ground. Oh, but the flying kick misses. And it's back and forth once again. Luffy's got the headlock applied, trying to wrench on the neck, but he counters Luffy, slams him down in the center of the ring. Another tie-up, another chain wrestling collar and elbow tie-up applied. Once again, Luffy gaining the advantage, puts Makoto into the ropes. Clean separation. The referee drives these two apart, and it's still back and forth so far. And now, hold on, Yuki sending Luffy into the ropes, picks him up. Fireman's carry slam, and he slams him throat first into the ropes. Luffy might be gasping for air at this point. That was smart by Yuki, cutting off the oxygen flow, making it harder for Luffy to breathe. And if Luffy can't breathe, he certainly can't get more momentum off in this matchup. And Yuki continuing to target that neck and throat region for an elbow to the back of the head. It's a very stoic and determined Makoto Yuki we're seeing here. Much more aggressive than last time. The knees to the side of the head, proving so. And now once again, just the elbow straight flush on the jaw. Sends him into the ropes. Picks him up, sets him up. Yuki's still in control. Makoto Yuki now all continuing to cut off the oxygen, just draping him over the ropes using his foot. You might call it illegal, you might call it unfair, but it's effective in the end. And that's all that really matters here in wrestling, and Makoto Yuki knows that. And now the slaps, the chops, continuing to rain out, as Makoto Yuki has been dominant throughout this matchup ever since he slammed Monkey D. Luffy straight onto those ropes. Now, big splash in the corner. Picks him up again. Throws him into another corner. Another splash. And Makoto Yuki is looking for redemption, but not in the way you'd think. And redemption, I mean, he's looking back to get back in the winning columns. He's looking for his first victory, as I said. And these strikes are proven so. Going back to the face, going back to the neck. And now, in fact, might be looking for an arm bar here. Cross arm breaker applied. Wrench in the arm. Luffy easily gets out. Starts hitting right hands right to the face. He's getting back in control. But Yuki immediately shuts that off with an elbow straight to the nose. Starts raining in with more chops. But Luffy trying to counter. But that wasn't enough. Emerald flows in by Yuki. And he's basically just telling Luffy to get up at this point. Just waiting in the corner stoically, as always. This is nothing personal for Makoto Yuki. He's just wanting and hungry for that victory, while still keeping that classic stoic look of his. Now got Luffy on the top rope. Took a little bit too much time brooding, though, some would say. And Luffy was able to counter by another counter. And these two are still going back and forth. Luffy dropped down, leapfrog. But wherever he was going for was countered successfully. And now suplex also countered. Luffy starting to fight back. Targets the knee with that chop block. And Monkey D. Luffy, the captain, starting to fight back. But the elbows to the side of the head will stop that. Drop kick avoided, though, luckily. The captain firing on with there's a big knee. Sets up moonsault. No, knees were up. Back and forth once again. But drop kick by Makoto Yuki. Shotgun drop kick. Connects. Square on the chest. Square on the skull of Monkey D. Luffy. Because you could say X marks the spot. But it's only a 2 count. And now the chops continuing to rain down. And now Makoto Yuki lifts him up. There's one of those big signature moves. Death Valley Driver into the pinfall. 1, 2. Only a 2. Luffy's not been successful with offense, but I'll give him something. He's good at maintaining those kickouts, that resilience. And now they are just hitting each other hard with these strikes, with these chops, with these punches, whatever they can throw. The fight is still on, the non-existent gloves are off. And these two are just hammering away, hockey fight style. Makoto Yuki successfully fights out of it, kick to the gut, Luffy is in trouble. Death Valley Driver for a second time. And now, oh, that signature gunpoint, that signature gesture of Makoto Yuki always is the call for the gates of Tartarus, and gets him up on his shoulders successfully. Gates of Tartarus, welcome Monkey D. Luffy to your demise. 1, 2. Monkey D. Luffy kicks out of the gates of Tartarus at 2.9 somehow. I do not know how he did that, but he did. And Makoto Yuki has to be furious. Underneath that stoic mask, as always, Luffy goes for the kick, but Makoto gets him. But Yuki will another counter. Luffy will another counter. Kick blocked, but Yuki counters there, gets him up. Oh, gates of Taurus. This time spikes him directly on his skull. And Makoto Yuki stoically back into the cover. Leg is hooked. 1, 2, 3. This match is over. Makoto Yuki for an emphatic statement. We look back. Great Gates of Taurus number 1. Only able to get a 2 count. Those Drums of Liberty were out again, and Luffy was able to kick out, but it was not enough. Gets the kick is countered. Makoto gets him up, drops him directly on his skull with a Gates of Taurus, a second one in that. And Luffy has been defeated. A Straw Pirate finally loses that matchup. And Makoto Yuki finally gets that first win he was looking for. In the event, Puzzles vs Hanamura. And out first, here comes Mr. Puzzles. And this is not only smart, this is but it's downright rude, some would say. Mr. Puzzles copying the exact entrance motion, the exact entrance style of Yosuke Hanamura's tag team partner Teddie. And it's all been centered about Teddie, and it's all been centered about the investigation team. Episode 1, main event. Teddie accidentally helps Mr. Puzzles defeat Makoto Yuki. Episode 2, Teddie takes on his friend Yosuke Hanamura in a friendly matchup. Yosuke wins, and Teddie seemingly snaps back to reality. And now Mr. Puzzles is just trying to throw more fire on the fuel to the fire, with that copying Teddie's exact mannerisms and entrance before going back to his usual style, that usual entrance kind of style, but it's different this time. Pink smoke raining around the arena. This is smart. But on one hand, it could get Yosuke Hanamura too angry that he loses. On the other hand, it could be a double-edged sword that leads to Yosuke Hanamura defeating Mr. Puzzles. It's that risk that Puzzles is willing to take in this psychological game. But Yosuke Hanamura, so far in singles competition, undefeated in tag team overall competition. He's got that one last column when investigation team lost to Straw Hat Pirates, but he's still, and there's the fireworks going off. Yosuke Hanamura is ready. He's dealt with TV dimensions before. There's nothing out of the ordinary for him. He's got the skills required, the experience to take down this TV-headed theatrical monster we know as Mr. Puzzles. And Yosuke Hanamura, last time we saw him come out for Teddie, he was slightly frustrated, but this is the usual energy we expect. But also, this is for redemption, because that's been the central theme of this episode, you could say. And Yosuke Hanamura finally looking to turn off the TV, head up Mr. Puzzles, cut the head off the snake for good, by defeating Puzzles one-on-one. Match we've been waiting for, and it's underway. And you can see Yosuke high flying Hanamura immediately off the bat was high flying, but Puzzle's strength is helping him out here. And Yosuke Hanamura is now struggling, but he locks in the headlock. Got cinched in. He's starting to throw elbows, trying to try to lock in the headlock. Gets thrown off the ropes. Puzzles using that strength. Hits him with an elbow on the rebound. And he's just starting to lay in. With this very classic kind of wrestling style we've seen from Puzzles so far, I would say. He's not letting his emotion get the better of him, but Yosuke's emotions getting the better of him. But it's also helping him out, as I said, because there's another flying elbow, and Puzzles might have made the wrong Hanamura mad. It's Yosuke Hanamura firing on all cylinders, looking for revenge here. Splash misses, springboard crossbody rather misses, but Yosuke Hanamura throwing in punches. All these punches, every punch is for the investigation team. Not just himself, but the entirety of it. For Teddie, you and Narakami and anybody of it else member that might show up soon. But Puzzles pushes him into the corner again, but Yosuke Hanamura, rare cheap shot, trying to do anything to take down Puzzles. Wrestling takedown. Being him at his own game, target in the head. This is smart. We've seen this technical high-flying combination of style from Hanamura before. Belly to belly though, misses. Hold on, leg caught though, and Yosuke Hanamura finally successfully hits the belly to belly suplex that he was looking for just a couple seconds ago. And now, targeting the leg. Just wrenching away at it. This is Yosuke Hanamura's style. Technical masterclass. High flying combined with high flying offense that has gone a win against Teddie so far. And now, as he drops Puzzles on his head with another suplex. But the emotions are getting the better of him, like I say, when he's reaching out. Puzzles rolled out the ring, and Yosuke Hanamura is mad. And his emotions might get the better of him, just as Puzzles planned, but no, Yosuke, jumping off the apron, continued to bring the fight on the outside now to Mr. Puzzles, throws him back in the ring, knows he needs to stay focused. And in the ring, he is indeed focused. Going back to the limb targeting, this time with the arm. If he can't use his arm, he can't hit the budget cut. If he can't stand on his own legs, he can't move. This is smart. This is smart by Yosuke. He's limiting that budget cut clothesline that's previously beat another Persona character in the form of Makoto Yuki who we saw earlier on. But Puzzles still fighting back. Off the ropes, drop down, leapfrog, Puzzles in control. Big slam, flapjacks him, pancakes him into the pinfall. Only a 1. Too early in the matchup. Now, it's the usual back and forth again. But no, nobody's got control right now. Puzzles. No, his back gives out on a powerbomb attempt. And Yosuke's throwing the punches. As I said earlier, this is for the entirety of the investigation team. Every punch is for them. But Puzzles keeps fighting back. And a jawbreaker stops the flurry of strikes. But the taunting might have just made Yosuke even more mad. And the punches are coming in. The right hand, the double palm strikes to the gut. Sets him up. Back suplex. No, Puzzle theatrically backflips out of it because of course he does. But the punches keep raining on. Nope, counter. Big right hand of his own by Puzzles. Staggers over to the middle rope. He might be limping in fact. But the middle rope fist drop. As I said, that more classic style we're seeing. Of the old era of wrestling. Coming back in. Through Mr. Puzzles in this more classical style. Runs in. Gets the knee right to the jaw. Oh, now, knee, this time to the arm. And now the elbow. Now, that same taunt again. Punch blocked. Yosuke back in control, picks him up. We've seen this before. That toss right there that he did to Teddie. It doesn't look the best, but it gets the job done. It can look at glitchy times, but it gets the job done. And it does exactly that. Now setting up puzzles on the top rope. Punch to the back. Yosuke. No puzzles with the back elbow. Counters and use the momentum to hit the budget cut. Budget cut clothesline by Puzzles. This is one of his last match before, but only a 2. The targeting of the body parts worked. Puzzles is confused. That's one of his matches before. Sets up for his other finisher, Creative Control, which we haven't seen before. Yosuke counters though, but Puzzles immediately cinches in an octopus stretch. I didn't expect this, neither did Yosuke. He's tapped out immediately. Back at the final moments of that matchup, budget cut clothesline finally connects, but the targeting of the arm and legs worked. Yosuke Hanamura able to kick out at 2.9, but immediately he only stayed for a little bit because Mr. Puzzles proves to be still unpredictable. Octopus stretch applied. It doesn't matter if it's a sudden interference or an unexpected move. Puzzles unpredictably steals them another victory. Like, we seriously not seen him apply a submission hold in his other first appearance. That was unexpected. Yosuke had no time to expect that, but it was a masterclass in trickery, and I can respect that honestly. But this war is not over between Investigation Team and Puzzles is still outnumbered.